All right, you guys, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We seriously know that it can move mountains to get 30 minutes to yourself just to be here to watch this. And so we so appreciate you taking the time tonight to check this out. We are really passionate about you and your family's health, and we really believe in what we get to do for a living, which is inspire healthy living. So amazing. So we're going to take some time tonight to share more about the immune system and some really simple things that you can do, and try them out for yourself to see what's best, but really help you in your journey for better immune system and support. All right, you guys. So tonight we're going to talk about, number one, what is the immune system? Give you a little more background into that. Number two, common immunity myths. There's a lot out there that we're going to cover just a few. What supports a healthy immune system? And lastly, we're going to review some simple daily steps you can take to really support a healthy, thriving immune system. All right, so who are we? We are a group of amazing wellness coaches. We're wellness entrepreneurs whose really souls are on fire to help other people. We just really want to share simple education, simple tips, simple tools to help you on your wellness journey and really take it to the next level, because we're all on a journey. There's always more to go. All right, so who am I? We haven't even introduced myself or my friend Emily, who's here with me tonight. My name is Christina Turner. I'm a certified holistic health coach. I run the food blog Deliciously Simple, and I am also, on my day-to-day, a mom of a 4.5-year-old and a almost 2-year-old, two little boys. And my background is actually in teaching. I was an elementary school teacher, and I honestly did not think about my health really until I got sick. So my whole life growing up, I was an athlete. I was a competitive swimmer and played competitive water polo year round for a decade. And when you play sports in San Diego, you're healthy. But then at 25, things started shutting down. I was working 70 hours a week. I was commuting over an hour each day. I was teaching 60 kindergartners a day, 30 in the morning, 30 in the afternoon, no aid or curriculum. So any teachers out there, you understand, it's a little insane. And I just had deprioritized my health. I just ate really sporadically, sometimes healthy, a lot of times, honestly, frozen food. I could just microwave, so much coffee, and it just caught up with me, those years of stress on my body. And it literally started shutting down. I had migraines, chronic fatigue, really bad seasonal allergies that lasted all season. I had chronic sinus infections. I was sick all the time, but people said that was normal because I was a teacher. I had injuries from training from triathlons because I was still doing that in my beginning years of teaching. And people just thought it was normal. And then finally, I put it all together, and thank goodness, a friend introduced me to something, whole food nutrition, that changed my life. Talk more about that later, but basically I went from that, very broken at 25, to now I'm a mom of 2 really healthy kids. I'm a holistic health coach, and I'm just super excited to share more with you tonight. Okay, so basics. What is the immune system? People think it's just one thing, but really it's an amazingly beautiful, complex network of cells and organs that work together in our body to prevent disease and illness and help us when we're sick or injured. So, how does it work? How much time do we have? This is a lot, but the brief overview is your body makes proteins that are called antibodies, and these antibodies destroy abnormal or foreign cells. They help fight off common ailments like viruses, flu and the common cold, are ones we're very familiar with, and protect you against major illnesses like cancer or heart disease. The body also has NK cells, which are called natural killer cells. That's so cool. I love when science names things really awesomely. So natural killer cells are best known for killing virally infected cells. Super important, right? And detecting and controlling early signs of cancer, can recognize gene mutations, go after it, get rid of it. We know this is true because of epigenetics. If you've never heard of that, please look it up. It's amazing. Okay, so as well as protecting against disease, specialized NK cells are also found in the placenta, which is so cool, and they have an important role in pregnancy. Okay, so did you know one of the main responsibilities of your gut is to help your body's immune defenses stay sharp, and it's a key way to optimize your gut immune connection? Did you know that your gut, we talk about, oh my gut, I ate bad, but really, you guys, the gut is insanely amazing. It's from your mouth all the way through your body and out through your colon. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. So this community of organisms that live in our gut is called the microbiome. We are actually 90% bacteria, only 10% human cells. That's insane. That's really insane if you think about it. This is called the microbiome. It's honestly nerded out, love studying it because it's so amazing. It controls really everything in our body. It all starts in our gut. All right, you guys. So we're going to go into some common immunity myths. Some things that I thought totally growing up. Sugar doesn't hurt your immune system. If you work out, it's totally fine, right? A little here and there. I love dessert. I have ice cream every day. It's okay. It's only a small amount. That was my life for 25 years. And so really consuming sugar has a bad compound effect. Sugar actually feeds the bad bacteria in your body, which can disturb a healthy gut bacteria. So it's a really, really an awesome first step is to look at how much refined sugars are in your diet. It also depletes the cells in our body that fight off bad bacteria. Research shows that a 12-ounce, that's not that big, you guys, a 12-ounce can of soda suppresses the immune system by over 30%, and that suppression lasts for 3 hours. So if you're having these micro doses of sugar all day, you're suppressing your immune system all day long. Okay, so this is a really, really important one. The next one is you can just take a high dose of vitamin C and everything will be fine. Okay, so before you misunderstand this at all, vitamin C is super duper important. It's really important for a healthy body. There's tons of peer-reviewed published studies showing this, but what we really want to talk about is getting this as much as you can through food. Excess vitamin C is also not really good. We're seeing signs now that too much vitamin C by doing these mega doses constantly is, actually causing your immune system to be suppressed too. So we really want to use that sparingly and when we are really sick and not just something we're mega dosing on because of gaps in our diet. Okay, and so the last one is you can just totally boost your immune system, which sometimes I say that wording, but I know it's not true. It's actually, that's not the right way to look at it. And actually Dr. William Seeds, who's a really awesome MD, he says, boosting your immune system is the wrong way to look at it. Seeds says we should focus more on up-regulating our immune system. The immune system has two sides, and when it gets out of balance, that's when things go wrong. We really want a healthy, diverse microbiome. When you're thinking of boosting the immune system, you don't want to drive it too much in the wrong way, okay? So how do you balance your immune system? And again, this is a short talk, and so I just want to give you a good overview, okay? So the best thing you can really do for your immune system is ensure that your body's natural immunity has access to the nutrients that it really needs to have a thriving microbiome, okay? So this takes time. When I'm working with clients, we really want to look at least 100 to 120 days because we know in 120 days, that's when your blood regenerates. Our organs and blood are constantly regenerating. So when we're talking about maybe undoing a decade or 2 decades or 3 decades of maybe not so good habits, we have to have some grace with our body and know that it takes time. It's also not about being perfect because that's insane. Like with small children, busy life, the world right now, like We gotta get away from perfection and really start taking small, simple steps that we can do consistently, because when we can do small things really consistently, that's when they have huge impact in our health over time. Personally, what I've seen in my own health and really what I've been able to help other people with. And so that last part about, really taking care of your gut, I'm just going to give you really briefly a 2-hour lecture that I attended, which was amazing, about the gut. Okay, so I'm going to shrink it down to hopefully 3 minutes, so bear with me. So when we're thinking about our microbiome, which again is from our mouth down through our colon and out, and all the things in between that connect, right? Everything you put in your mouth, it filters through your whole body, okay? And so we really got to think of this as functioning together. A lot of times in allopathic medicine, where you think of like these little parts, but our body doesn't work like that. It's all connected, the blood, everything's flowing. What you put in your body is used by your body. So when we think of the microbiome, we want to think of like a garden, okay? Any gardeners out there? You're my people. So you understand, if you're trying to grow in a plot of land, maybe you're trying to regenerate the soil, you're going to look at it like this. First, you're going to weed. Then you're going to plant some really good stuff with some really good soil. And then when things are starting to produce, you can add some fertilizer, right? Or if things aren't going too right, you're noticing a deficiency, then that's when you add in, okay? But you're not going to get a patch of land with a whole bunch of weeds and start like throwing fertilizer on it. That's sometimes like our reaction, like I'll just take all the things, but first you got to weed it. Then you got to plant good stuff, and then later you fertilize it. So what does that look like for a microbiome? It's 5 things you want to cut out, 5 things you want to add in, and then after that, get specific with deficiencies by seeing a professional, okay? But 5 things you want to take out, you want to weed out of your diet, okay? Number 1, limit or do not use NSAIDs. Those are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. So ibuprofen, Aleve, basically what I would take every day after swim practice because my body was sore for about 11 years of my life. That depletes your microbiome, it turns out, and can lead to a lot of chronic illnesses. So you really don't want to do that. There's so many homeopathic alternatives, and you really want to, if you're getting a symptom, you don't want to quiet it down, you really want to listen to it. So limit the use of NSAIDs. Number 2, reduce your use of antibiotics. So I grew up in the 80s and 90s where antibiotics were Tic Tacs, and any little problem, you take them 7 to 10 days or 10 to 14 days till the bottle runs out. That kills all your bacteria, good bacteria and bad bacteria. Which again can really, over time, chronic use of that can have some really compound serious health impact. So reduce your use of antibiotics. It's a miracle drug when it's really, really necessary, but so many times, again, there's other alternatives that aren't gonna wipe out your entire microbiome. Okay, so number 3, discontinue the use of harsh antibacterial soaps and cleaning products. Again, when you're getting antibacterial, we have to think about 90% of us are bacteria. They're fighting for us, keeping our immune system strong. We don't want to keep wiping them out. So again, there's other cleaners, and Emily is going to share some amazing simple swaps for you today around that. Number 4, don't overeat meat. So if you're not eating organic meat, unfortunately, that means that it is most likely being pumped with antibiotics, which again, if you're catching on, we don't want to kill all the bacteria. So it usually has antibiotics, pesticides, GMOs. And so if you are going to eat meat, if that really works well for your blood type, which for so many people it does, amazing. But please, for your gut, get pasture raised, organic from, honestly, if you can, a local farm, that's great. But if not, someone you trust, that's really important. Number 4, don't overeat meat. Number 5, avoid artificial sweeteners. So this is a really big problem. Glucose intolerance is induced, it's created by dysbiosis in the microbiome. So we can trace it back to our gut. So when we're seeing that people are having prediabetes or diabetes, that's because their microbiome is not functioning properly and the hormone secreted is not working, and all kinds of more complicated things. But basically, we know that eating a lot of artificial sweeteners speeds up that process. So anything that tastes sweet but says sugar-free, like Diet Coke or, you know, like a sweetened yogurt that's 0 calories, when you see those, start training your brain to think lots of chemicals, because how else are they making it like that without a sweetener, right? Okay, so 5 things you want to weed from your diet. Limit or stop using NSAIDs, reduce the use of antibiotics until it's really, really necessary. Number 3, try to avoid antibacterial soaps and cleaning products. Number 4, don't overeat meat. Number 5, avoid artificial sweeteners. Okay, so now that your garden is weeded, what do you add in? What are you gonna add into your microbiome soil? Number 1, lots and lots of soluble fiber. The microbiome loves fruits and vegetables. They love them whole. They love to break them down. They love all the phytonutrients that it provides. So fruits and vegetables, top of the list, okay? Number 2, you're gonna wanna add in whole grains if it works for you. So it works for you and your blood type and your digestion. If you have GI issues, sometimes things like beans that are really fibrous or whole grains can actually be hard. So you're just not ready for that yet in your garden. But for other people, that can be a really good source of fiber and nutrition. I'm talking about like organic farro, organic barley, like unprocessed organic oats. These are great things if you can, again, tolerate it. Number 3, consume fermented foods. Fermented foods are so amazing, and they contain prebiotics. It's even better than probiotics, and they're so much more diverse than any sort of probiotic that tries to extract nutrients. So if you can get fermented foods, do it. Number 4, lots of healthy fats. So avocados, coconut oil, salmon, sardines, healthy fats. That's really good for your microbiome and your gut. Number 5, if you can, buy local. So when you buy local from a farmer's market or someone close by, you're getting the microbiome from the soil, your local soil, into your body, which helps with all kinds of things, your gut, allergies, and it's just really cool to support local farmers. So thank you for letting me speak very quickly. We're gonna be able to have questions and answers later, but for sake of time and to respect everyone's time, I'm gonna pass it over to my dear friend, Emily, who's gonna give us some really concrete next steps. Don't try to do everything at once. Just, you know, take what you hear tonight with you and try to just take one thing you can do moving forward to help support your immune system. Just one thing, and really be consistent with that. But so we're gonna give you lots of options. And Miss Emily, if you're ready.
Yes, I am ready. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Thank you, Christina. That was super motivating and inspiring. I love that analogy of the garden and, you know, not just putting fertilizer, but, you know, taking out the weeds, adding the soil, and the 5 things we can do to add and take away. So thank you so much. And I am going to cover some practical next steps. So first we'll start with washing more naturally. And, you know, we all know that we should wash our hands. It's in the news everywhere these days and how important that is. But we do have some better suggestions when it comes to washing your hands and your surroundings and even your produce. That's really important too. So as Christina talked about, some of those antibacterial soaps and sanitizers can contain some harmful ingredients because they kill off the good bacteria in your body and in your gut, similar to, you know, how antibiotics work as well. So they're just really powerful and they wipe out not only the bad, but the good bacteria as well. So we really love a lot of these natural hand sanitizers that are proven to work just as well. These are some brands that we love. They have antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal properties. And this also the same concept applies for cleaning products as it does for washing our hands. A lot of the cleaning products that we use commonly found in regular stores can have a long-term negative effect. So we recommend just swapping and doing substitutes, swapping out bleach and antibacterial for more natural alternatives that are proven to kill the bad stuff while supporting a healthy body. So some brands we include these. The Young Living is great. I have the Thieves at home. There's like soap, there's room spray, there's a whole bunch of different things you can get. And also doTERRA's On Guard is wonderful too. They have high-grade essential oils to protect you against illness and protect and support the immune system. And they're safe for all ages. And they have like an entire line, like I just said. I also love Dr. Berners. It's really easy to get it. You can get it at most drugstores or Target. And they're widely available and free of dyes and synthetic fragrances, which the concern there is that a lot of these companies don't have to disclose like what's in the fragrances, and many of them contain toxic chemicals. So we love this brand, and it has great options for hands, face, body, and hair. So those are some tips there. I'll move on to reducing stress. So this is really interesting to me. The study with college students, they swabbed and compared college students during times of stress, like so during the finals versus times of low stress, like before back to school, where it's just fun, there's no stress. And they showed that the levels of antibodies drastically decreased during the exams. So that's really fascinating to me, because these chronic stress studies have been linked to cancer, autism, asthma, allergies, and the list goes on. So this makes so much sense, because I remember during finals in college that everyone was getting sick all the time. And right now we're living in stressful times, and stress is a known and proven cause of decreasing the number of antibodies. So with that being said, what can we do about it? And by turning the really powerful thing, and it sounds soft and fluffy, but there's research backing how important it is for our mental health, for our immunity, for our gut health. So we can have an attitude of gratitude. If you don't have a gratitude practice, I definitely encourage you to do one, start small. We've seen many studies that have proven that gratitude lowers stress. It's plain and simple. It leads to happiness, and that the happier we feel, the less stress we feel. So we recommend a mindfulness journal, and we actually will be giving one away for people who participate tonight. So we'll have a few questions, and whoever participates, we will be giving one of our favorite journals out. So, and we do include this. We do have a lifestyle reboot program, and mindfulness is one of our components to help you become more aware of yourself and your mindset, the more likely you're to choose gratitude. So the next thing I want to cover is vitamin D and pre and probiotics. So vitamin D is known as the sunshine vitamin, and it's necessary for the proper functioning of your immune system, which is your body's first line of defense against infection and disease. So vitamin D is known to help with immune cells that protect your body. But many people struggle because a lot of people work in offices, or I live in Minnesota where it's cold. We have long winters, so it's hard to we're not in a sunny climate. So if that is the case, a lot of people struggle to get their levels up. And so we recommend adding in a whole food vitamin D supplement. It's a great way to support yourself if that's the case for you. We have a recommendation called Now Foods Vitamin D. I'm definitely going to get that for this winter, which can help absorption as well. So another thing, and we've kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but is incorporating a pre and probiotic to help with your gut health. Although just having a plant-based diet is a great way to get in most of your vitamins and minerals, this probiotic can introduce different strains of microbes, which can help strengthen your microbiome and help your body's ability to fight disease. So some probiotics contain millions of live culture to heal and repair your gut. And it's especially important to add in probiotics after we take an antibiotic, because antibiotics wipe out both the bad and the good gut bacteria. So so we'll move on from there. But yeah, so the foundation of all of this, these are great tips, but really the biggest foundation of it all really is food, because food is our genetic code, or it's really information to our body. When we eat, we are sending information to our body. If we're eating lots of fruits and vegetables, we're sending phytochemicals and phytonutrients and antioxidants to tell our body how to build cells. It's that foundation. So studies have shown that diets rich in those phytochemicals, rich in fruits and vegetables, when we're eating the rainbow or a wide variety of colors, can support that gut biome, and it can reduce our intestinal and systemic inflammation and minimize the risk of disease associated with the colon. So one of the greatest benefits of the plant-based foods and when we eat fruits and vegetables is the way that they support the immune system that is connected with the gut. Plant-based foods are rich in vitamin C, which strengthens the immune system, which is important to get naturally, along with vitamin A and E to build that gut lining for optimal protection against oxidative damage of cells. So the fiber found in fruits and vegetables and whole grains has been shown to support these infection fighting natural killer cells, and fiber also helps to maintain a balanced gut microbiome. So it feeds the good bacteria and basically exfoliates the old cells in the colon and pushes them out to support also a healthier digestion and bowel movements as well. So this is actually a great, sounds like TMI, but something that's a great indicator of health. So we all know we need to eat more fruits and vegetables, but let's just take a moment to think about how, realistically, what are we doing on an average day? And join me for a second and raise your right hand and close it into a fist. And this is a serving size for an adult serving size. And adults and children should aim to get 7 to 13 fistfuls, if you can see my fist, a day. And if you're anything like me or our family, we are not getting anywhere close to that. And it's super important to get a wide variety to make sure we're getting that wide variety of phytonutrients to support a healthy gut. So love to see in the comments too how many fruits and vegetables how many servings you think you had today. And if it's even, I know for us, it's nowhere close to that 9 to 13 amount. So let's just talk about easy ways to get in more fruits and vegetables to help that healthy gut. And the easiest way is a daily smoothie. We can't recommend this enough. It's a perfect thing to start off your day with tons of nutrition from fruits and vegetables. After we've been hibernating, sleeping all night, it's the best thing you can do to feed your body. So here are 2 go-to smoothie recipes that me and my kids can down. We just love them both. This chocolate frosty and Berry Delicious. And we always add 1 serving of our vegan plant-based chocolate vanilla protein by Juice Plus, which we love. It has over 15 superfood micronutrients like broccoli and spirulina and alfalfa sprouts. So that is wonderful. And it's also high fiber, which we've talked about, which is a great source of prebiotics and probiotics. And we've said, remember how important that fiber is and the pre and probiotics for the gut. Plus, this plant protein has no preservatives, no artificial colorings or flavorings. So it's one of my biggest mom wins because I'm sneaking in 15 plants first thing in the day in the morning. So next thing. So one of the hardest parts of lifestyle changes is finding healthy swaps. These can be a really great place to start. I know when I started on my health journey 5 years ago, this was one of the most rewarding things, was finding healthy substitutes, because it's a way to slowly integrate and make changes where it's not just this all or nothing approach. It's slowly changing things in your diet. So here are some suggestions we have. Swapping dairy milk for plant-based milk, ideally unsweetened because less calorie dense and it comes from plants. Swapping dairy cheeses like dips. For plant-based options, there's so many great ones at even the grocery stores, even at Target I've seen lately. And you can make them yourself, but you can also, there's a lot of great options you can buy. Also, as Christina mentioned, one of those weeds we want to remove is those artificial sugars. And there's a lot of great natural options like honey and maple syrup and coconut sugar. And then choosing crackers and chips that are gluten-free with fewer ingredients, or dairy-free, or even better, instead of having a cracker, opt for crunchy vegetables. So here are just some suggestions. And then, obviously aim to reduce your processed food intake, because as a rule, processed foods feed that bad gut bacteria, while whole foods feed the good gut bacteria. So as you guys start to make some lifestyle changes, having some guidelines is super helpful. And we're really excited that we are giving away a free gift tonight of a 7-day meal plan. So it hopefully will be a great start for meal planning for yourself. And one great thing you can do, or first suggestion, is to slot a lot of produce when you're meal planning during the day. And also, if you have kids, get them involved. Let them choose, because psychologically, when you let them choose, they're more committed to consuming that piece of produce. So this 7-day meal plan is our gift to you tonight for joining us live. So just message us and we'll make sure to email that over to you. And one of the greatest things I love about it is that it's budget friendly too. You only buy 15 ingredients, and it's also just simple and easy, which I'm all about: healthy, easy, simple. And you buy the 15 ingredients and you can make 7 meals. So it will help you make that transition and some of those healthy substitutes. And I know that the whole family will love these meals as well because our kids love them as well. So next, so what if we keep falling short and it's just hard to eat those 7 to 13 fist size of servings every day. And we know that none of us are perfect. None of us likes black and white rules. And even Christina and I have been health coaches for 5 years now. And this is our jobs, is to help others be healthy and model that for others, but we fall short all the time. And so, as a parent and a mom wanting better health for myself and my family and wanting the best nutrition for our family, I knew I needed like an easy button that would support not only me on my daily health, but my gut health and my immune system. So I'm just so thankful for these healthy tools. We were like coming back from soccer practice at like 8 p.m. and like we were having our plant-based shake and our fruits and vegetable powders. And I'm just so thankful for these tools because I know that it's not realistic every single day. So I just want to share my story with you all too. And 6 years ago, we were having a lot of health issues as a family. I had just become a mom. I knew that we needed to eat more fruits and vegetables. I knew that, but my son was from pretty much the moment he was born, my oldest, and it started when I was pregnant. For the first year of his life, he was sick and he was vomiting all the time and had chronic GI and stomach issues. So we were basically at the doctors every other week trying to get to the bottom of it the first year of his life. And it was after that first year that we were introduced to a simple way to get in more healthy fruits and vegetables that I knew we needed. And by adding the Juice Plus whole food capsules, we saw major improvements in our health as a family. So we went from having a really sick child that was vomiting, and we were like in and out of the doctor every other week for that first year of his life, to going through our first cold and flu season without a single cold. And that's pretty much continued for the last 5 years. And I'm just so thankful that we've found this, simple swap that's made such a difference for us. My son's diagnosis has dropped, his medications have dropped, as have his visits to the doctor, and we are healthy and we are thriving. I have more energy. And I think the biggest thing we've noticed as a family is the little things. Like, we don't get a lot of little colds or runny noses. Those have really become a thing of the past. And my kids have never had strep in 5 years, never had an ear infection. We've never needed antibiotics in 5 years for a cold. And my husband does work in a hospital. We use public schools. We use, daycares. My husband did get a stomach bug. I think it was 2 years ago. But, like I said, he works in a hospital. But I honestly don't remember the last time that I've had a sinus infection or had to go to the doctor for a visit for myself or for my kids. And one other thing I noticed right away when I started taking it is that my digestion and regularity improved. And we know that this impacts our immunity. So I was super happy to see these changes as our family, and just became passionate about sharing this simple solution with others because it had such an impact on us. And so now our whole family is on it, and so many of my friends, family, and I love helping my kids build a strong immune system through Juice Plus and food. So we're just going to share a quick video with you about Family Farm Fresh Nutrition.
I've faced many challenges in my life, from striving to win gold at the Olympics to surviving cancer. But one of my biggest, most fulfilling challenges is being a busy mom, raising happy kids who live healthy lives. That's why I lean on Juice Plus as a way to give them the nutrition they need. But where does that nutrition come from? Well, I'm here to find out. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the importance that you place on quality and how really that production process works, getting all of these great fruits and vegetables into that capsule. It's kind of farm to capsule for Juice Plus.
Yeah, so we start out, the first step, the start of the beginning is just planting the seed, and then we irrigate the field, watch all the crops slowly come up, and when it reaches that peak of maturity, just at the opportune moment, we go out there with the harvester and collect all the different fruits and vegetables.
That's the fun part.
It's the best part, yeah.
All right, so we are here, and we're actually just down the road. In fact, we came from the farm earlier today, and that was fun because this is in such close proximity.
Yes, what you saw, the fresh products in the farm, we bring that product in, we have it frozen, and then we can use it at any point that we need to make whatever various blend for Juice Plus we need to make.
For me as a mom and as an advocate for women's health, it's really important to read about and hear about quality and about the importance of packing as many nutrients into the final product, but to actually come out here and to see the entire process step by step from farm to capsule has been absolutely incredible. And I would just encourage everyone to make Juice Plus your one simple change.
All right, guys. So,
Yay, I love that so much. Shannon Miller, former Olympic athlete and mom. And so that is the nutrition that our family has been using every day for the past 5 or 6 years now. And now that there's a global virus and pandemic going on, it's just giving me so much peace of mind. We have 3 kiddos under 6. I'm also pregnant with our 4th. And so it's giving me peace of mind, not only for pregnancy, but for just supporting my immune system. So as we wrap up tonight, thank you all for hopping on. And I just wanted to take a quick moment to expand on our amazing Family Healthy Starts program, Healthy Starts for Families program, because everyone needs to know how to get free fruits and vegetables immune support for their kids. So I'm going to show you this quick 1-minute video.
Starts for Families program is a wellness initiative to inspire healthy living at home and teach families how to increase their nutrition by getting in more fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. New dietary guidelines recommend that we eat 7 to 13 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables every day. Being parents ourselves, we know this can be difficult to obtain for a few number of reasons. Picky eaters, limited budgets, busy schedules, or lack of access to fresh produce. This is where Juice Plus steps in and bridges the gap. Fruits and vegetables have an incredible amount of nutrition in them, which is why we figured out a way to take 30 different fruits and veggies, put them into a giant blender, peels, pits, seeds, everything, and grind them down. Then we remove the water and sugar so the final product is raw, powdered nutrition from those fruits and vegetables in a capsule or chewable. The cool thing is that when you have a child between the ages of 4 years old through college age, they qualify to get this Juice Plus for free for 4 continuous years when an adult is ordering as well. What we noticed with the families that started the Healthy Starts program is that they started to look at other areas of their life too. So what happened is they began to drink more water, they ate less sweets, missed less school, and weren't sick as often, to name a few. Every family's experience is different. When we asked a group of moms what they had noticed since.
okay, we're going to stop.
Okay, so that is a little bit about our Healthy Starts program, which is an amazing program. And right now we have a special program going on, which is amazing. It's a buy one, get 2 free program, essentially, where if you get started on the Adult Juice Plus, which is 30 organic fruits, vegetables, and berries, we have capsules or soft chew. Not only can you get a kid's order for free for the next 4 years for each adult order, but right now for a limited time through the next month, you can also get your choice of either the French vanilla or Dutch chocolate plant-based shakes, the shakes I mentioned, that have that fiber to feed your gut and support a healthy immune system. Both of the shakes and the Juice Plus work together to do that. And it's our favorite superfood powder. So you can get the free shakes and a free child order with an adult order. So that is super awesome. And Christina's going to wrap us up with some great options for getting started and next steps for you all tonight.
Thank you, Emily. So, yeah, like I said earlier, we really just want to encourage you to think about one simple change, one simple thing you can do to really support yourself and your family's immune system. So, we have some amazing free resources. Thank you for taking the time to check this out and for being here. Just comment if you would like us to send you the recipes. We totally will, and we'll get connected with you and find your email. We have 2 awesome cookbooks that we want to share with you. Another option is your one simple change could be really simple, really easy. Add in Juice Plus for immune support. 30 fruits and vegetables. It's backed by over 40 peer-reviewed and published research studies. And kids are free, you guys. Who does that? 4 years for free. And we have a program right now through September 30th to just really support families in some really healthy, easy recipes. We're including some protein as well. And the third option, which we always like to share, is if this is really resonating with you, if you're really passionate about helping other people, especially now with health and wellness, then please join us. We need all the help we can get, especially in the United States. We know that suppressed immune systems and poor metabolic health have been really wreaking havoc. And so really we got to work together to get more whole food nutrition to really support our microbiome and our gut health, and really come out a lot stronger for this fall and winter. So please connect with who invited you here because they care about you and want to support you. Let them know what option works best for you. And I'm going to stop the recording right now. And I want to give away